Lucifer Season 5 included a lot of laughs and a lot of heart, we've got to admit. But did you know that the cast needed to make various changes so they can depict their roles in the best way possible? Yeah, it's true! Stay with us and find out about Lucifer's Season 5 crazy things the cast did to prepare for their roles. Tom Ellis needed to change his natural acting.
I've heard the German Lucifer. I've heard the Spanish Lucifer.
Tom Ellis is a comedian. Yeah, you heard it right. It's not your fault if you didn't know this, but he's actually a comedian, and he's famous as such. But please, can you imagine being a comedian your whole life, and suddenly you need to act as one of the most serious, awful, and frightening characters ever? That's such a huge contrast that it's almost impossible to be carried out. But Tom did it without any problem. Not only did he depict his character in the best way possible, but he also gave a little bit of humoristic sauce to it, so it turned out to be even greater than expected. They chose the best actor they could, and were lucky enough to be blessed with all of his talents and capabilities for which the show is known. But we must say that Tom really needed to get into character and learn how to stay serious when needed. Acting in such a serious role and being a comedian are two very contrasting things. So he even once talked about it in one interview, saying, quote, "I've worked a lot in comedy. As much as I love playing dramatic roles, it's always nice to be able to have some humor around when working." It was just different in concept, and the character was a different character to a lot of the ones I'd been reading. Even though this was unknown territory for Tom, he used all of his knowledge, focus, determination, and skills to depict the role the best way possible, and he absolutely succeeded in that. We can't even imagine someone else acting as Lucifer in this TV show, right? Lucifer changed his accent.
Setting the table.
You broke into my house?
Yes, well, I hope you don't mind, but I made a little brekkie. It would take him forever in the shower.
If you watch this TV show even one episode, you might notice the whole cast and crew is American, and only Lucifer is British. That was not the production's plan in the first place, so they asked him to change his accent. Can you imagine what he needed to go through? All those lines in another accent? That would have taken him double work. Firstly, to learn the text, then the brand new accent, and then to find out how to carry it out in the literal scenes. That's way too much, we gotta say. But thankfully, after a short time of speaking with an American accent, the production realized that this might be a really wrong idea. Why? Because, talking that way, he sounded silly, even though in reality the devil himself was a real jerk. In the TV show, they wanted to make him way more sophisticated. So fortunately, they decided to let Lucifer talk British English, and they made an excellent choice. Just imagine him trying to talk in an American accent. It wouldn't be Lucifer. This way, the scenes look more abrasive, and they're lucky to have Tom Ellis as their main character, depicting the biggest role. And even if you only think about it, we've got to admit that literally everything sounds better with a British accent. You can behave rudely, impolitely, and vulgarly, but as long as you do it with that British accent, it won't hurt at all, and it'll actually sound the opposite, which may sound a little bit crazy, but it's actually true. Get accustomed to the changes.
It's called a booty call. You ever have one?
Of course not. Booties call me. Sometimes.
Okay.
Even though numerous TV shows have been filmed typically in Canada, an enormous part of the content that premieres on the CW are filming there for many reasons. It's way too easy, and for many people, it is known to be a neutral ground due to the fact that every person in Canada is nice and polite, at least the larger part of the crowd. Let's be honest for a moment and say out loud the fact that filming in LA is not easy at all. There, you're usually surrounded by various impolite people who are there in the business only for themselves. But at the moment when Netflix bought the series rights, they immediately began working on Season 3, decided to leave Canada, and move to one of the craziest places ever, LA. The cast needed to prepare themselves and get accustomed to the changes, especially for Seasons 4 and 5. It's not easy to change locations while filming, not with a TV series like this one. The cast needed to find ways to forget about the past location and explore the new one, at the same time, completely focused on their acting and all the responsibilities that this incredible TV show brings to the table. Sometimes it comes naturally.
Walk out the door, just turn around now, 'cause you're
not welcome any...
Did you know that Tom Ellis is not only one of the greatest actors you've seen on screen and in the theater, but he's also a singer too? That's right! We can see that also through the series and this TV show, Lucifer loves playing the piano and parties by singing in his nightclub. This is one of the greatest hobbies he has. He loves singing in front of his friends and family, but due to his tight schedule, he can obviously do that not very often and focuses on his music career despite his talent. So, for the singing roles, he didn't have to prepare too much because he was already experienced. For example, Tom needing to sing in a scene came naturally to him. As for example, in those scenes where he was asked to be serious or talk in another accent, they were quite demanding, and he needed to forget all his comedian jokes and put aside all of his years of experience in the comedy world to be serious and act in one of the most dreadful roles ever. He did a great job, we must admit. And we hope that in the next season, there are going to be even more singing scenes where we can enjoy his excellent voice and adorable talent. He's perfect from head to toe. He's got the talent, the beauty, and the charm to make this series one of the best so far. Hard workout and discipline.
Hello, I'm Tom Ellis. I play Lucifer on the show Lucifer.
Can anyone remain calm when it comes to Tom's developed figure, long muscular arms, overwhelming abs that are literally breathtaking? Yes, Tom looks perfect when it comes to his beauty and sexiness. He's one of the sexiest actors in the industry. But nothing of this has happened overnight. Did you know that the cast needed to work very hard in the gym to look that stunning in the show? A lot of them, especially Lucifer, don't have a body double, and in every scene he's involved in, no matter what, it's a clean, unadulterated Tom Ellis. He has his own personal trainer, with whom he's working out to achieve the wanted results, and to be able to look perfect on screen. He is so hot. Everyone is in love with his character, improbable beauty, charm, and especially that perfectly shaped body. Due to the fact that most of the actors in other TV shows don't need to care if they look perfect on screen, especially when it comes to their body perfection, the cast, especially Tom, in order to keep the role and make all the seasons, especially the 5th season, one of the greatest ever, he had the obligation to work very hard with weights and the strong and harsh regimen so we can enjoy the scenes that were and that are about to happen. On a related note, we wanted to know which part was your favorite one from our video. You can tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.